Good morning and welcome to the weather hazard briefing for Monday, June 17th. Taking a look at our key points for today, it will be an unseasonably cool start to the week as a strong upper level low pressure system and cold front move across the region today. Temperatures will be about 20 degrees below normal today for our highs, and we're even looking at some high elevation snow for elevations above about 6,500 feet today and tonight. For lower elevations, we will see some rain showers and embedded thunderstorms. And then our attention turns to some frost and freeze concerns for tonight and again for Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. The other story today will be the winds. With that cold front moving through, we'll see strong westerly winds across much of the area, strongest in the Snake Plain and Eastern Magic Valley areas. But this cool down will be short-lived, with heat returning by late week into the weekend, even looking at high temperatures back into the 90s by this coming weekend. Looking at the satellite loop from early this morning, we can see the upper level low pressure system that will be affecting the region here with the spin in the clouds over the Pacific Northwest. Out ahead of that, we can see increasing clouds today across much of Idaho currently, and with that we're starting to see some precipitation move into the region as well. For our weather risk outlook for the next several days, you'll see most of the impacts this week are going to come here in the next few days. For today, as mentioned, we will see windy conditions, especially across the Snake Plain and the Magic Valley is where we'll see those strongest winds today. We do have wind advisories out for those areas, with winds gusting around 50 miles an hour this afternoon. Across the remainder of the region, again, we'll see precipitation chances across most of the region at lower elevations. That will be in the form of rain, also some isolated to scattered thunderstorms. And then once we get into the high country, above about 6,500 feet, we will see some high elevation snow today and tonight, and some decent accumulations at the highest elevations above about 8,000 feet or so. And then heading into tomorrow, the main concern is going to be very cold temperatures for mid-June for our overnight lows tonight into Tuesday morning. So we do have frost and freeze concerns across all the area. We only issue those frost and freeze advisories and warnings for the Snake Plain and Eastern Magic Valley, but the entire area will be seeing those cold conditions tonight. So if you have any sensitive vegetation, you'll want to take precautions to protect that tonight. We'll also see some lingering light precipitation, mainly across northern and eastern portions of the forecast area, from the Central Mountains east along the Continental Divide into the Eastern Highlands tomorrow. That'll be pretty light precipitation, and then by Wednesday all that precipitation is out of the area, but we do have one more cold night Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, again with temperatures dropping into the 30s and below, leading to some more frost and freeze concerns. By the time we get beyond Wednesday morning, things start to quiet down and warm up, with no real impacts expected through the remainder of the work week. Taking a look at those advisories out for today, we do have a wind advisory here for the Snake Plain, extending westward through the Shoshone lava beds area. Again, this is where we're expecting wind gusts around 50 miles an hour this afternoon. And then for tonight, we do have that frost advisory in effect for all of the Snake Plain and Eastern Magic Valley. Again, we'll see just as cold of temperatures elsewhere across the region, but we only issue those advisories for frost here in the main agricultural growing zones throughout the Snake Plain and Magic Valley. Taking a quick look at our rivers, we do still have a flood warning out for the Teton River near Driggs. That continues to hover right around minor flood stage, but it is projected to steadily drop over the next 24 hours or so. And then for the Snake River near Heisey, that has dropped below flood level, so we were able to cancel that warning yesterday. but we will continue to see some high fast flows through that area. Switching over here to the current radar image, we do have starting to see some returns here on the radar across the central mountains, extending eastward here into the eastern highlands. So some light precipitation starting to fall in some of the higher terrain areas, and as we go through the day today, we expect that to expand across the remainder of the area. As mentioned, it'll be much colder today. Our high temperatures will be running around 20 degrees below normals for mid-June. So very cool out there to start the work week. Highs struggling to get to around 60 degrees in the lower valleys, and in the high country we'll only be in the 40s and 50s for highs. And again, it will be very windy today, with those wind gusts approaching 50 miles an hour through the Snake Plain and eastern Magic Valley areas. As far as precipitation amounts go for today into tonight, the heavier precipitation is expected to be across the central mountains eastward along the Montana Divide into the eastern highlands. In these areas, we're looking for some liquid precipitation amounts up to around 1/3 of an inch, maybe up to around 1/2 an inch at the on the ridge lines, highest elevations. And then again, we will see some snow. Snow levels will drop to around 6,500 feet, and the bulk of the accumulations will be above about 8,000 feet. So this will mainly be above pass level, so not anticipating any real impacts for major roadways. But if you're venturing into the backcountry, definitely be prepared for winter conditions. We could see several inches of heavy wet snow above that 8,000 foot level, just wet, raw, wintry conditions. So definitely need to be prepared if you're heading into the backcountry today and tonight. Looking at low temperatures for tonight into Tuesday morning, again looking for temperatures to drop into the 30s, lower to mid 30s throughout the Snake Plain and Magic Valley. And then once we get into the higher elevations, much colder, dropping into the 20s. So again, frost and freeze conditions expected tonight across the region. And if you have any sensitive vegetation that you'll wanting to protect, you'll need to take those precautions tonight. As we head into tomorrow, we will see temperatures start to slowly rebound. Temperatures getting back into the 60s at the lower elevations, 40s and 50s in the higher terrain. But we do still have one more cold night ahead for Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. And we'll probably be issuing another frost advisory for upper portions of the Snake Plain, generally north and east of Pocatello, where we're looking for lows to fall back into the lower to mid 30s once again Wednesday morning. We will see some lingering light precipitation into Tuesday as that low pressure system exits to the northeast. We'll have some light wraparound precipitation lingering, but any additional precipitation will be light, amounts generally around 1/10 of an inch or less, and that's going to be up in the central mountains, east along the Montana Divide. And any additional high elevation snowfall will also be very light accumulations, generally around 1 inch or less once we get into Tuesday. So if you don't like the cool weather, it will be short-lived. We're going to have a steady warming trend throughout the rest of the week. This is a look at your high temperatures for Friday and Saturday. We'll be back to well above average by this time, and the warm-up continues into the weekend, where the lower valleys will be reaching highs in the lower 90s for both Saturday and Sunday. Looking a little bit further ahead to the 6 to 10 day outlook, again, that warmer and drier pattern does look to take hold by this time. We're looking at below average precipitation and above average temperatures for the June 22nd through 26th time period. So again, just to summarize, it will be an unseasonably cool start to the work week. Those temperatures about 20 degrees below average today. Some high elevation snow, generally above 6,500 feet, and then rain showers, some embedded thunderstorms elsewhere at lower elevations. And again, frost and freeze concerns both tonight and Tuesday night. The winds will also be a concern today, gusting to around 50 miles an hour throughout the Snake Plain. But then we start a steady warm up tomorrow and Wednesday, with heat returning by late week into the weekend, and primarily dry conditions late this week into the weekend as well. So that's all we have for you this morning. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to us through any of the contact methods there at the bottom of the screen. And thanks for joining, and have a great day.